Welcome to lesson 14. This is the last lesson that is in middle C position. After this, we're going to move out to G position. This is our last week. It's our last chance to make sure that we know C position really well. So what I'm really saying is make sure that they know the names of these notes, because next time we're going to be throwing 7 new ones. So there's only 2 songs to play for this week. So if you need to review the names of our notes, please take some time to do that. And then we have a lot of chords going on in the left hand. Still good to practice with the left hand first, then play the right hand, or even play the right hand first. Either one, it doesn't really matter. I start with chords just because I think it looks like the most difficult for the child. Normally we start with the melody and we learn the melody. It helps us to get the rhythm down. And then you play 2 hands together. And still, we can still work on this in phrases. So play this a couple of times, play this one a couple of times until you know it, then put them together, and then play the lines a couple of times. So same old practice business. Remember with our chords, it's really important at home that they're growing these muscles and they're getting in the habit of keeping their fingers round while they play the chords. We don't want them to cave in like this, because as we get advanced, we're going to have to undo it. And that's a problem that I'm going to find, that I'm going to have to spend a lot of time at the lesson trying to undo that, when really they're spending a lot of time at home practicing, and we don't want them to spend more time practicing it incorrectly than practicing than with me, because it's really hard for me to undo that bad habit. So if you could just watch to make sure that they're round, they're strong enough, they can do this. They should use their arm, make their arm feel heavy, and use their arm to play. Some tricks: if their wrist is if their fingers are straight, try to get their wrist up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a higher wrist helps. So if their fingers point down, that helps to just naturally curve your fingers, because this is a hard way to play. So it's just natural to get that up. Also, tell them to play a little closer to their fingernails. These are some tricks. Or even closer to the black keys. For some reason, when they're closer to the black keys, the wrists naturally go up, are up in a better position. So focus on that, because that will be that's a habit that the kids are going to start to form now. We need to make sure that the habit is the correct habit of round fingers while you play chords. Okay, and then 1 hand at a time is a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and play through it, and then I'm going to play the accompaniment. There's really nothing too tough with this one. I think this one's pretty. We need to make sure we hold these whole notes for the right amount of time. Remind them to look ahead to see what's coming, because this is a point where we need to be able to look ahead so that we don't miss any beats. There's a lot to see. So, and of course we've got half notes here. Notice that these are tied, so these 2 whole notes, these 2 whole note chords stay down. This would be 8 counts. They don't lift their hands and play again here. They hold it down until they get to here. Then they play. So we're going from fifths to fourths to thirds to seconds, back down to thirds again. Okay, I have the metronome set at about 110. That's going to be too fast. I would start it quite a bit closer to 70 when they begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the repeat. And then this is what it sounds like with the accompaniment. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a nice one. Okay, and then the next one is my big bass drum. I like this one. I like to play accompaniments with the kids when there's a drum theme. So whenever you see a drum, because it reinforces that they've got to be able to count and stay with the person. It's for their ears. I like the drums because they get the ears going so they can hear what they're playing. Half note, play, 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 half note, play, half note, play, half note, dot. Okay, so that's my big bass drum, and I'm going to play the accompaniment with this because this is really cute. You want to hear what we want them to be able to do to get close to this. 1, 2, 3. I like that. Isn't that fun? Notice this. It's not legato, but it's not staccato either. Legato is smooth. Staccato is this. We want something in between what we say in violin, which is détaché. We don't say that too much in piano. But it's separate but even. It's like walking. You pick your feet up when you walk, but you don't jump around. And that's what this is. And it's not legato, which is very slurred. So separate them just a little bit from each other so that they're articulated well. And then we don't have anything else in the other books. And then this is our last chance to learn the middle C position names of the notes and to identify whether we have melodic or harmonic intervals here, and to do this. After this, we're going to move to G position.